Hey everyone, what is up? My name is Martin and welcome to AAA Digest. So we're back with another Cyberpunk 2077 video, and this one revolves around trauma team, hacking, malware and more. So let's get right to it. So number 1, purchasing viruses and malware. So during 2019's gameplay showcase, the story brings V to the Grand Imperial Mall. It is one of the last buildings to be developed in Pacifica that has been occupied by a gang called the Animals, and within this mall in particular, the player can stop at a store called Grand's Tech Shop that sells electronics and programs that are used for hacking. And one of these programs is actually titled Hard Shutdown, that is capable of literally shutting down a hacked enemy. They just fall to the ground. So once V is tuned into a gang hideout's local network, like we've seen in the previous demo, the player has access to many different potential hacking opportunities, such as hacking target cyberware that forces the enemy to pull the pin on their own grenade or even shoot themselves in the face, and hacking robotic sparring partners to outright kill whoever they're sparring, and even cause distractions by having a vending machine continuously shoot out cans, allowing V to sneak by. And for anyone who wants the full story of what happened at the E3 demo, I'll have a link in the description to a video from Yang Ye, who really does a great job of breaking it all down. Number 2, the Brainiacs. So first seen during E3's 2018 trailer, riding in a combat cab, which is basically the only cab service that operates within the combat zone. And the Brainiacs are categorized under the term Booster Gang, which is basically a band of street gangs that are typically enhanced with cybernetic technology or combat boosters, and they are often extremely territorial and violent if provoked. But the Brainiacs specifically are intellectuals who only recruit Night City's most intelligent, and after they successfully complete an extremely difficult IQ test. And the Brainiacs live to seek out knowledge, yet are willing to do whatever it takes to obtain it, and many of their leaders are said to be so enhanced with cyberware and skill chips that they have practically become walking computers. And the Brainiacs aren't as outright violent as, let's say, the Maelstrom gang, although they're not against being violent, which is obvious based on this image. But in the past, they have preferred to outthink their rivals by planning complex traps or turning other factions against one another. And despite many violent attempts against the Brainiacs, they've always outmaneuvered their opposition and stayed alive, and they're very much chess masters among Night City's street gangs, which has led to them being pretty much despised by the majority of other booster gangs in the city. And if they're in need of extra eddies, high-ranking Brainiacs will sometimes offer their services to corporations for a few weeks as a way of earning some quick cash. Number 3, biomonitors. So basically a piece of tech that gives a reading of the human's health condition and their pulse, respiration and so on. And the in-game characters will refer to it as biomon, and it's an important aspect of each individual in Night City, and especially for Trauma Team. Speaking of which, number 4, Trauma Team. So who are they? Trauma Team is a major corporation that offer medical insurance for a high price, including a package called Platinum Membership, which provides the richer or more established people within Night City, the people that can actually afford the service, with a high priority medical insurance. Trauma Team promise to respond within 180 seconds if they read any damages or decline in the client's health through their biomonitors. And we see a prime example of Trauma Team Platinum in action during last year's gameplay demo. We hear our main protagonist V state Sandra Dossett is a Trauma Team Platinum member, which surprises Jackie Wells to learn Trauma Team actually hadn't arrived before him and V, with the quote, TT should have swooped in if she sneezed, until they later learned Sandra's biomonitor signal was blocked and Trauma Team couldn't actually find her. Although through T-Bug and V, they unblocked the signal, leading to Trauma Team arriving in an aerodyne within literally 60 seconds. Number 5, their squad. So each squad within Trauma Team tends to have a pilot, an aerodyne, co-pilot and gunner, 2 security specialists, a lead emergency medical technician, and an assistant EMT as well. And be warned, Trauma Team may be viewed as glorified medics, but they do not play around and can pose a genuine threat to the player if you decide to fuck with them or harm anyone covered under their insurance program. So if you are going to be one of those people that shoots people on the street and one of them is covered by Trauma Team, watch your back. Number 6, hacking benefits. So something worth noting, the more successful your hacking attempt is during the hacking minigame, the more benefits you'll get from it. As an example, if V hacks an enemy turret and it is as smooth as possible, then the turret may do extra damage in comparison to a poorly executed hack. And without high hacking skills or hacking related perks, V will have limited access to things. He or she can unlock some doors with basic skills, yet an experienced hacker can deactivate security cameras or listen to an enemy's communication network to determine where targets enemy's positions are, or even jam an enemy's weapon, which we've seen in last year's gameplay demo. And almost every gang has a local network that can be infiltrated by an expert hacker. So netrunners and techie builds have many options to maneuver their way around each level. And something worth noting, if you aren't interested in hacking, then spider bots can be used to hack certain things if V's skill is lacking, or you can find another potential route that is suited towards your character's build. Number 7, dynamic weather system. So based on an interview with CD Projekt Red's Alvin Liu, who I bloody love because he just says way too much, Cyberpunk will have a pretty dynamic weather system, and due to Night City being an extremely polluted city, there will be acid rain, which will lead to NPCs seeking shelter, and we have yet to see what acid rain will do to V. And I think this was mentioned ages ago, but I thought I would just bring it up. Trying to cover everything here. But yeah, that is it for today's video. We'll have another Cyberpunk video later this week. I know it's sad, but we're trying to pace ourselves a little with Cyberpunk until the August gameplay, which should give us plenty of exciting things to talk about, and obviously new footage to analyze and use in videos, which kind of freshens things up. But let me know what you guys think of the Brainiacs and Trauma team. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. Cyberpunk 2077 releases April 16th, 2020 for Xbox One, PS4 and PC. For more content like this, stay tuned here on AAA Digest if you want. Later guys, bye-bye.